Up, guys? All right, we'll start with GU today. GU, I want to sell, but it's actually looking like it's not going to come back up to about a percent or so. What I do have currently is my range of the 15-minute externally is that leg there. Come down, induce the decision, we've come up, mitigated the extreme, and again, really nice bearish momentum. Now, if we're working inside of this leg internally, we can see that we've just melted down into this demand area. No liquidity generated in this leg. So given the positioning and the fact that we induced this decisional, which is a very, very weak decisional, it's nothing overly crazy, and we've failed to continue to come up and break the high, and we're now starting to work our way back down, very likely to continue to come down further to our extreme and other decisional areas. So what I'd be looking for is just to follow with this bearish momentum. Now, this supply that we're reacting out of here, I don't love it. It's nothing overly crazy. It did induce a little bit of liquidity, and it did, mitigate this area, which is the decisional of that internal break. So valid to sell from here. But yeah, this this supply area, it's nothing overly crazy. But what I'd be looking for is to use this area as a smart money trap. I just needed to push price up a little bit, but it's just not looking like it's going to. Got a little bit of retest sitting here of this internal break. So if we can just use it to come up and induce that area, I'll then be looking for a sell moving down from there. So we'll see if it does want to play ball. At this stage, it's not looking likely. It's looking far more likely to just continue bearish. Which, if that's the case, so be it. I'm just not going to be able to do anything with it. So ultimately, just waiting for G to pull up a little bit. Now with the euro, sorry, actually move this to the euro. With the euro, we are very, very high in this complex pullback, which is in that bearish leg there. We've induced a decisional and we're now starting to work our way back down. So although we're reacting out of the extreme of our 15-minute external, I do see this area as unlikely to hold as it goes against the much higher time frame structure cycle. So again, the same with GU. I'm looking for sells on the euro. Now, what we do have, euro is quite nice. You've got obviously the extreme. We broke, retested, induced retest, pushed. We've now broken to the downside, retested, come up, mitigated this area. We haven't quite mitigated the actual point yet, but we've come very, very close to it and mitigated this entirety of that area, which is our decisional. So because of the fact that we've induced the retest and come up into this area, it is valid to sell from here. However, I would like to see it come up and completely mitigate, but if it doesn't do that, that's fine. Generating some bearish momentum after taking this point, little internal break, little retest, SMT, which should go against this structure cycle unless it wants to push price back up. This area is the decisional of that internal break if it's going to utilize that as a break, as it does have this retest here. But if we then also consider this momentum into this area, then this area is unlikely to hold. So if we can use it to have enough strength to push price up and induce that, and then get that sell from there, that's our ideal scenario. So that's what I'll be looking for on the euro. Obviously, if we do come up further into this area, even the inducement of this area, I'm also happy to sell from there as well. So we just need to see how high it comes up. In terms of buying, I'd be open to buying it down here. I would just need it to obviously generate some liquidity. Unlikely to happen for London session. If it does do that, that'd be New York, and I don't trade New York. So hopefully it doesn't do that. Now on the AU, I'm happy to start looking at AU again. I've left it obviously on its side for a little bit. What we do have is obviously broken that high there now. Got this decisional area, had a little bit of retest generated here. You can also view this as retest given the internal aspect of it. We've now induced the retest, induced the decisional. We've pulled up, broken to the upside, mitigated this area. Very strong sell to the downside. The decisional has clearly not had enough juice to come and break the high. So what I'm looking for is to use this area as a smart money trap. Very strong bearish momentum. Like I've mentioned a little bit over the last couple of weeks, when you get an Asia session like this, it's very unlikely that it'll reverse against it in London. I like to typically follow with that momentum. So what I'm looking to see is price come up, induce this area just to create a little bullish range for smart money traders to work inside of. I'll then be looking to sell through that smart money range, targeting the liquidity down here and any people buying from this area. So that's ultimately it, guys. So I'm just looking for sells across the board. We just need to see price come up a little bit further in order to be able to create that right structure for us to be able to sell with. We do have FOMC in the New York session, so just be mindful of that. But we should be good for London session. So a little bit of movement to the upside allow us to generate the right structure for us to be able to work with, and we'll actually be in a pretty good position. So we'll see what this wants to do, see if it wants to play ball, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I'll speak to you all soon.